Hi, this is Pavan from KINDUZ Business Consulting. As you would be aware, we are conducting Lean Six Sigma workshops in collaboration with Computer Society of India. What I will be taking you through today is what are some of the things that you should keep in mind while evaluating a course provider or a certification course provider before you take up a Lean Six Sigma program or certification workshop with anybody. The first and the foremost is obviously the brand that somebody carries out there in the market. Now, what we have done is we have tied up with Computer Society of India that's been there in India for over 44 years. They are well known for delivering some of the excellent courses that they do provide. So they have been deeply involved in designing this entire collaboration with us. So what we bring to you all is a certification workshop from a well-known and well-respected non-profit organization, which is the Computer Society of India. That's been there for over 44 years. Whether you do the course with us or not, it's very important for you to keep in mind that you evaluate the brand in the market, because anybody would obviously then take this certificate, then go to the other prospective employers and talk about this course that you have done. And most of the time people look at the brand, and there are a lot of providers out there in the market that can sometimes provide you the certificate much more easier. So it's very important that you focus on the brand so that you stand out from everybody else. Some of the things that build the brand is obviously the kind of workshop that they do, the kind of certification that they do, whether they give you a live project or not. And these are some of the key factors which we'll also talk about as we move forward. The second and the most important thing is, when you do a black belt course, which is an 8-day or 10-day program, or even a green belt program, which is a 3 to 4 day program, there is definitely a great amount of theoretical learning that you get, as well as learning around leadership qualities. But the biggest amount of learning after doing a Lean Six Sigma certification course comes when you actually do a project on the ground. And when you do an initiative or a Lean Six Sigma project on the ground, there are a lot of issues you're going to face. It's going to be much more easier for you to figure out which statistical chart you need to use when, but what's more tough is how do you handle the people in the team, how do you talk to the sponsor, how do you present to the sponsor, how do you build a culture within the organization to sustain the change. Now, when these aspects come into existence, when you're doing a live project, you need mentoring, you need the help of an expert who's done this a lot of times and whom you can go to in case you end up into a trouble, or you just want to make sure that you're going the right path. So through our collaboration, we have set aside experts who focus on mentoring people who go through our workshops, and the whole idea is to make sure that the students go through not only the theoretical aspect, but more importantly get experience around the experiential learning by doing things themselves on the ground. So that's a key thing that you should look out for when you're evaluating course providers. The third thing that is very critical is an access to various frameworks, templates, checklists. It's like a backup scenario. I mean, you're not going to keep on using Lean Six Sigma, you're not going to keep on using all the tools at all points of time. It's but natural that we all do forget things, and it's for these times that you need a backup location where you can go to refer some videos, relearn some of the things that you've forgotten, have a look at some of the industry best practice templates or checklists or frameworks, and that kind of a reference mechanism has to be provided. We've from a KINDUZ perspective and CSI perspective, we've created a KINDUZ consulting network, which is available at http://kinduz.ning.com. And this is right now, let me show it to you. Yeah, here it is. This is the KINDUZ Consulting Network, where you can have a look at the various batches. If you go and have a look at, so you would be a part of one of these groups. For example, if you do a black belt course, you would be a part of this particular group. Now, assuming this is the group that we've launched off right now, we've done 3 programs on Introduction to Lean Six Sigma. Now, all the group members, all the people who have attended this course now have access to all the presentations that we've done. We're giving them access to various templates, checklists. So this is the kind of an access that you will need. If you go to the videos section, you will have access to some of the various videos that we're doing. Let me go down. Yeah, so this is how, we're uploading videos on Introduction to Lean Six Sigma, and you'll have these videos as references. So that's something that you need to look out for, where you have a backup reference point that you can go to at any given point of time, and that's key. The other important thing that you also need to look at is who's training you. And from a training perspective, we bring in master black belts who worked in various companies like Motorola, like GE, like Wipro, to come and train some of to train the people attending these workshops. I myself, Pavan, I'm the CEO of the company. I take up a lot of workshops myself. So it's very important that you evaluate the trainers so that you're going to get the best out of the training program that you've paid for. Excuse me. Now, in terms of the workshop scenario, the life cycle, the first thing that we do is we provide mentoring to trainees right at the start, even before the workshop starts, and that's where we start by helping you identify a live project, because you can use that as a basis while you're going through the entire training program. In terms of the workshop, for a green belt, we do a 3-day Lean Six Sigma green belt workshop. It's a very intensive course. We could have made it a 4-day course, but we've kept the timing from about 9:30 to about 6:30 to 7. So it's a very intensive course. So we've kind of stretched each day's course to avoid a 4-day program to a 3-day program. Now, once you do attend the workshop, you get a certificate of course attendance. Now, within the 7 days, you have to take up a theoretical examination that covers it assesses your learning from the 3 days of the workshop. This is an online examination that we conduct using one of our partners, which is epariksha.com, and within 45 days of that, you also have to give an online exam, one more online examination, which is very scenario based on a case study that we will provide. So once you complete and clear this exam, you get a certificate of course completion, but you don't get a certificate of project completion. Now, what we then tell is that obviously everybody has their own constraints. We don't put any time limit around it, but if you to take up a live project and complete it, obviously we provide the mentoring requirement. We provide the mentoring to all the trainees. You will get a certificate of both course completion and a project completion from KINDUZ and Computer Society of India. What we also do provide right from the start to the end is a special lifetime access to the KINDUZ knowledge base, which consists of all the videos, templates, checklist references, relevant frameworks. You could also use that as a mechanism to upload your questions and we'll answer it for you. This is the KINDUZ Consulting Network that I had showed you some time back. So that's the life cycle of a green belt course with CSI and KINDUZ. Coming to a black belt course, our black belt course is again a very intensive course, broken down and consists of 8 days. We ideally split it to a 4-day program as a phase 1 and the rest of the 4 days as a phase 2. So here again we highly recommend that you or very highly recommend that you take up a project. We'll help you choose a project. And then we do a phase 1, which is a 4-day Lean Six Sigma workshop, black belt workshop, where we cover the introduction, we cover the define measure phase, and the phase 2, which generally happens the next month. We do the we cover the analyze, improve, control phase. Now, once you complete the 8 days program, you get a certificate of course attendance, as which is shown in the green belt program as well. And the process after that is pretty similar to a green belt program, where we'll have a theoretical exam in 7 days. You have to also take out a case study based examination in 45 days, and we'll give you a certificate of course completion once you clear that exam. After that, again, there's no time limit for completing a project, but we highly recommend that you do a project for which you get a certificate of project completion. And we also do provide mentoring for trainees. Again, through this whole process, you will have access to the KINDUZ consulting network, where you will be able to have access to all the relevant videos, templates, checklists, references. You'll be able to ask questions and get answers from our experts as well. So that's the life cycle that we're looking for. I would very strongly recommend that you evaluate other course providers using this as a reference. If you want to also benchmark some of the courses that others are providing vis-a-vis some of the best in the industry, I would recommend you go to the website of American Society for Quality. It's ASQ, and have a look at some of the body of knowledge for Six Sigma Green Belt and Six Sigma Black Belt, and compare it with what some of the providers are providing. If you want to get in touch with the program coordinator from Computer Society of India, it's Sandeep. His office number is 04065243634, and India mobile number is 9246185180. I think there's a mistake there. Thank you very much. Have a good day. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.